Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires, where today we are just killing these dwarves and then we are getting back to the important stuff. For real, I mean it. We are not going to get bogged down over here forever. It's very easy to be like, well, if we kill the dwarves, then we have control of this area, but then we're going to be constantly threatened by Camry, so we could clear out the Camry and make that a little bit safer. But then this area is just going to get filled in by Dark Elves. And then do I want to come down here and, like, clear all of Ulthuan again? No, I don't. The answer to that is no, I don't.
Godmaker.
If we cannot safely secure the Dracula Spire forever, then we will just let it go and we will come back and get it later when we actually need it. And in the meantime, everybody in the pool, dwarf-wise. Except for Crom. Crom has other things to do. So we can't quite reach our enemy here. This whole area has been undead attrition to all to hell.
I'm a rune lord, not some smith.
Okay, it's an army of pretty weak units overall. I am confident we can take them. Let's just see if we can sneak up. Y'all know how I feel about the power of sneaking up on people.
Witness my beauty.
So Dracula Spire does not have much of a garrison. Do we have Lightning Strike on either of these characters? No, we don't. Okay. I was going to say we could ride down here and just burn out this full-size army that is next to the settlement and then worry about the settlement afterward, but that does not appear to be the case, actually. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's move... I'm going to move in to attack the city.
Do not wait.
Or rather, to close off the walls of the city. We're just... it'll just give me a trivial victory. Well, okay, I was going to engage in fancier tactics there. I was going to lock off the walls of the city, then have Sigvald attack this army. We'd be able to serve as reinforcements on that without letting the city garrison out because of the siege. But it seems not to be necessary. I didn't realize this whole army is just miners. It's not not a very impressive force. And we're going to lose our marauders, but that's fine. They were so very close to becoming Chaos Warriors. So this one is Dracula Spire. This is the one we want to take.
For the prince.
Not that I think we're going to be able to hold it.
Ascended.
Oh, was that finally a battle with a large enough kill count to fire? Okay, cool. That's really neat then. Can we pull anything from the war band? You know, grab a unit of dragon ogres. I kind of want more infantry for this army, but I don't know. I guess we could just take on Forsaken. You know what? That's fine.
Beg for my blessings. Never stop.
And you just hang out nearby, because there's no sense in separating these two forces, I don't think. And I think we are pushing up here. So eventually we'll get Dark Seducer, which is... Okay, it's almost the same as the End of Blue Line skill that everybody else gets, except it has that point of Slaanesh corruption on it, which is extremely whatever. There are almost no words for how much I don't care about that bonus. We finally got all of our spell points in, so yeah. I guess it is time to, well, we should grab Infernal Champion. I know we're not going to be doing a ton of fighting with the wizard, but it's certainly more relevant than any of the rest of this stuff.
Excellent.
Alright, so here and some stuff up there. We're working on it. We'll have this dwarf, this particular dwarf clan burned out in no time. Halsin has nothing in particular to do. What's the fastest way to the next dwarf settlement? I guess we want to veer east here.
There shall be ruin.
Alright, Malefac's Painbringer has come to try to finish off this faction if we can.
Unleash chaos.
No more fleeing. Sure, I'll take the replenishment, I guess.
Now is chaos. A glorifying act.
Really? That spent all of my movement? That's very annoying. We're definitely going to grab, I guess... Yeah, I guess the replenishment rate, then Chaos Unchained. And then... we actually have a lot of skill points remaining. Ooh, yeah, physical resistance up for all of our already tough units is fun. We're going to have access to Valkia next turn, right? Yeah. The only thing about Valkia that's wounded is her pride. Although, you know what, honestly, with us having 12,000 gold, maybe I don't replace Malefax on this army. Maybe I just have Valkia start a new force. Are we on the... Carnage Incarnate? Are we... Okay, we're adding those guys to the pool every turn. Does our...
Destruction for all.
We gotta go to somebody who can actually see that pool. Are we full up on those? Where the hell even are they? No, okay, we have one left, so... I guess we'll leave this in place for 3 more turns, and then we'll swap it for the Hell Cannon one.
Frozen hearts fracture.
Ah, yes, right, Dracula Spire. Well, even if we put the garrison in place, it's just... It does give us 2 units of Chaos Marauders, which is, like, almost a defense. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we make it as annoying to conquer it as possible. Not that we can do very much on that front. And then, at this point, we just have a truly huge amount of money and nothing left to spend it on. We could, I suppose, recruit 2 armies, get ourselves a little bit under replacement rate on gold, and then just run under replacement rate for a really long time. Maybe even forever, if it's allowing us to continue attacking and taking settlements. We make so much money by doing so. Okay, Caracadran's army is attacking... sorry, Karazakarak's army is attacking Caracadran. They sure do win. We did more damage there than we would have on a manual defense. I feel fairly confident of that. And then they didn't even take it. Well, I think they're somewhat likely to regret that.
You play in the dark.
Archaon, what's going on? You know what? Sure. Sure, we can cross each other's territory. That seems fine. Obviously, I'm not anywhere near their stuff, so I'm assuming that they want to cross mine. Somewhere. This is a strange place for the camera to have leapt to. Not sure what the utility is of watching these particular trees. So we're looking for Yetis, maybe. Listen, war is difficult. Wouldn't you rather be on Cryptid Watch? And yes, absolutely. Of course I would. Okay, Valkia is ready to recruit her own new force.
Harbinger.
We kind of need to check out what her deal is. So do I want to just sail across? No, not really. The stuff we're looking to attack is inland anyway. Probably it makes sense to just run.
Whose wins? Yes, my ruinous powers.
I hope your ruinous powers include a lot of cardio. Alright, this should be no problem. We have fought more difficult dwarf armies. Well, it's more of a problem than I was expecting, if I'm honest. Yeah, I think we better take the replenishment. Alright, and do I have to repair? I sure do.
Unmet.
Ready.
Alright, so every skill point that might reasonably help us with anything is done already.
The slaughter begins.
May as well end the turn inside the settlement, get the extra replenishment. We're not getting very far from it this turn either way, right? And then we can consider whether we want to maybe take a different approach from here. So Katep himself was coming at us, right? And I seem to have lost sight of him.
My eldritch winds, yes.
I'm going to run our scout back here. All right, I was just seeing if we would reveal his army in ambush mode somewhere around here. Looks like maybe they are not actually around.
Damned with
How? Okay, this is hardly defended at all. I might have Sigvald go forward alone.
moving.
Let Intiro have a turn to rest. Have another turn to rest, I should say. All right. Are we just on 3 settlements remaining? Yes. Okay.
Ascended! Tread the paths of chaos. You dare.
Okay, I don't think they can actually get away from us this time.
Out.
Wow, we attacked and he was able to run more than a full turn worth of movement in a direction that wasn't the direction that we would have pressed that army. The rules just do not apply to the AI at all. But we're doing it. We're finally doing it. We are going to be rid of this faction. And here, we're going to recruit Valkia. Are we? How would we do so? Here's a question.
This is wise.
Would I be allowed to just replace you with Valkia? No. It said she was back and available, right? Maybe there is something... Yeah, she's off the list. Maybe we have to wait until next turn? Yeah, I guess we'll try next turn.
I have risen.
Alright, Intiro's not moving on purpose. Let's, where does it matter for us to have our camera? I guess let's, like, watch this area? Skaven and Dwarves are doing something over here. So, given the amount of money that we have, the amount of armies that we're going to be able to run simultaneously, I do wonder if maybe the right move with Dracula Spire is to just leave a 20 stack over there. We certainly have the resources to just build an army for that purpose. I do think, though, you have to ask, is having that army protecting that settlement actually going to be better for us in the long term than having that army be available for offensive maneuvers and, you know, pushing through enemy positions and stuff? The answer is probably no, right? Like, it probably makes more sense to, like, bring the other army over here, help us wage a three front battle on the dwarves or something.
Prince.
And then we just go back and get the other thing when we really need it. No, thank you. How did my reliability rating get back down to medium? I don't feel like have we done a betrayal recently? I guess, like, you could argue that us turning on Valkia is like a betrayal in spirit, I guess, but like I intentionally did not negotiate a non-aggression treaty with her. Okay, the main Camry faction is destroyed. Clan Scour sadly also destroyed. We got our bonus Chaos armor, Chaos Warrior armor, which is fine, I guess.
By the eldritch I see.
You know what? I'm going to leave you in this settlement for one more turn.
Master. Undivided.
Haggrafe has no real garrison. We do have Stotchel Steelbeard to watch out for, though.
Serve the four.
I mean, we should be able to just knock this over trivially. I'm not too afraid of a group of 12 dwarven units.
Conquer for chaos.
Especially when we hardly take any damage.
Trample and burn. Are you a god? Lord of torment. Move now.
Okay.
Defy me.
Should probably actually spend our skill point. We are working toward Demonic Onslaught. Let's just get some HP.
Useful adornments. Dark princely.
So, over here on this front, Sigvald's gonna decant the wine, if you know what I'm saying. A truly disgusting euphemism. Okay, and then I do think there is at least an interesting question to be asked about, like, do we leave somebody over here long enough to let the cooldown reset on our portals so we can set up a gate near Dracula Spire? Probably, right? Oof, it's 11 turns.
Eternal blasphemy.
I guess it's not that far from the gate that we have over by Grand. Yeah. Never mind. I don't think we're going to do that. Let's group our armies back up here then.
Tempests and fire.
Yeah, and I think we're just headed back toward the gate network at this point. Oh, hey, look, it's all of their armies. I guess that makes sense. Kragroth Deep is, at this point, pretty important to them. So we don't have any Chaos War Shrines, as far as I'm aware. This tech hardly does anything. Same deal here, though. Bloody Blade is pretty whatever. We do not care about Nurgle Corruption. I guess I could become the Messenger of Decay and we could try to make friends with the other Nurglish faction. Doesn't feel very good. Maybe we'll get some more shrines. Alright. There's just absolutely nowhere for them to go. Faction not eliminated. I don't see any more of them, but I guess they might have... I don't know. Somehow they yet live.
No greater rat than me, all will bow.
They can't be stopped. They can't be killed. They are immortal. They are forever.
A glorifying act.
Like the Highlander up on that cliff. Well, that's legitimately a huge disappointment.
It's corrupt.
Okay, so you're doing your thing. And no Valkia. Alright, I feel like this is the only area where, like, anything at all is likely to occur. What are we going to do with all this money? I have no idea what we would use it for at this point. Like, in theory, it's at least valuable as bribes. We can use it to really, like, turn trade deals over. But who are we going to make a trade deal with? Who has anything that I want?
Some call me the Dark Master. Some call me Bella.
You're tiny and weak. I'm gonna say no, but I think it's like... I think those answers are probably not super different in that situation. I don't think that Crooked Moon faction is going to become a big enough part of the game world for it to matter. Like, in theory, if we allied with them, they could take a really annoying advantage of that by declaring war on stuff and trying to drag us into wars with them. But if they did that, we would just ignore them. If they get wiped out, they get wiped out. I don't particularly care about protecting them. But probably, you know, the AI loves to declare war and then just kind of not act on it, just sort of mill around uselessly. So I have a feeling that that's really what would happen. So there's probably no major consequences for taking that alliance, but also there's no major consequences for not doing it. Oh, hey, look, we discovered Katep. Well...
Die, you fool!
guess let's try to slow his army down?
What is thy will?
Interesting. So they're running a force, like,
Lord of Shadow.
way deep into our lands. I do feel like I need to do something about that.
Venture forth.
So they have a couple of units of Ushabti, which are massive obsidian warriors. They have a Camrian War Sphinx, which is pretty scary, a massive Tomb Scorpion, a Necro Sphinx, which is just like, I mean, it's just like another Sphinx, basically. It's not really a very complicated idea. All right, I'm going to divert some of our force over to here. And then you are going to approach Kragroth. Did they move an army into it? They didn't. Well, let's make them think they don't need to.
Chaos incarnate. Murder them.
Yeah, we don't quite get the attack off.
Move.
All right, we'll just stick together. Everything will be fine. Malefex is, I think, just running to the gate. Don't really have a plan for him beyond that. And one more time. Nope, Valkia is just missing completely. Well, I gotta tell you, I don't love that.
Good.
Okay, I should probably start recruiting another army. Even without her. Does it matter terribly? Do we have any lords who are leveled up at all or anything? No, we do not. Okay. Hideous Visage is fine. Burning Body enabling flaming attacks is probably not super relevant. A lord that levels up a little bit faster, you know, since we're hiring them in super late, might not be a terrible idea. Yeah, sure.
We shall weave the fates.
Get ourselves a Fire Lord. And we do not have a lot of allegiance here. I think we're probably just not taking on any scaving units for this army, which means let's just wait to do the recruiting until next turn when you can move again. Then there's the matter of Crom. So Crom could move around here. It does look like the Carrick Cadron is... I don't know, they seem to have just lost a lot of military units, so this might be a good time to try something weird.
Yes.
Gonna be running through a lot of vampire territory, but also, you know, some territory that belongs to our allies. We're not going to be in ideal shape by the time we get there. Oof. Y'all, I am starting to feel pretty rough. It's possible there may be a cut and then a little delay of this episode. I've been going through some things with my health lately, between my stomach condition and my esophageal condition. It's been not awesome. I guess over in the Dwarf Mountains would maybe have been a better place to leave this camera. It's a place where things are more likely to be occurring. It is so much dwarf territory they want us to take. To hold on to, what was it, 7?
When I flew across the...
What is this? Oh, sure, trade agreement, absolutely. Love it when my allies want to give me free money forever. Okay.
I foresee destruction.
So we can make it all the way to Jufbar if we stay in March mode. Obviously, the utility of doing that is somewhat limited.
Yes, yes.
Nope, I do not actually want to attack Castle Drakenhof, believe it or not. I think starting a huge international incident as I'm trying to stealth over here might be a bad plan in the long term.
My lord Sinch agrees.
Yeah, that's probably not going to hold. Well, I guess we'll see what they do about it.
For token.
So we definitely want to deal with some of these Camry armies. In normal movement mode, you can't reach that.
All goes to plan. Dominant. Yes, it is so.
Oh, you might actually be able to. No, you can't quite. But what you can do
Let's be about.
is provide a little bit of a block. I'm willing to put my armies up against theirs 1-to-1. And this prevents them from trying to like 2v1 Bellicor or anything by moving our NDs back into the mountains.
Chaos is all.
And Tiro can theoretically
Are you
catch up with these enemies. This one's gonna just run away when we attack it, though, I'm pretty sure.
Shall consume
Let's do this first. Grombrindle's here. So, you know, he's pretty badass, but he does not have enough bodies at his disposal.
nation and death.
And no individual dwarf is going to do all that well. Wow, that is a really crummy trait. Against that number of hell cannons.
Undivided.
I know dwarves are tough and everything, but there's a limit.
Supreme.
Alright, you're just gonna run away, I'm sure. Oh,
Conflict.
okay, well I will take that then.
You serve a demon prince now.
You know, it's
Death.
going better than I thought it was going to in some ways.
This time.
I am Slanesh's scion.
Do I think Sigvald can take Katep? Because we do have the opportunity to ride on him. His army is mostly basic infantry and then like 5 units of chariots for whatever reason.
Wipe them out.
Those chariots are not going to be very good against my force. Katep flees openly.
A worthy choice. Yes, good.
Ascended.
Can you imagine such a cowardly creature?
Murdered. There shall be ruin.
Okay, those two will cover each other.
The first damned.
Alright, so we get our demonic onslaught, and I guess we could take piercing bolts of burning. I don't know what we're going to do with the rest of his skill points
Chaos.
as he continues to level. Alright, you're able to move now. Let's recruit some units. Chaos Knights, Chaos Warriors have not refilled the pool yet, which is bad news. Chaos Knights also not there.
Let us corrupt. Mine eldritch eyes see.
This is going to be kind of a weak army.
Chaos.
Alright, I think I want to go... Let's portal up to the north somewhere. We have good recruitment facilities here. Try to solve this problem that way.
Bring ruin. Finch's firestorm.
Just keep annoying him. And I've had my armies be slowed, like, turn after turn after turn. It does get annoying pretty quickly. So here's a question. Does Malefac's Painbringer come down here? I guess putting that army out,
I will not disgrace my
we're
ancestors.
probably talking about a deeply foolish act.
No.
None of these armies are at full size. Altogether, they're barely bigger than my army. I think I might. Or, you know what, let's get close to it, but not actually go through. I have a plan. We'll go through next turn.
Excellent.
Okay, I think that is that. We could, I suppose, start another army. Want to recruit them somewhere other than Albion, though, so that they have access to a unit recruit pool, a warband recruitment pool that has something in it.
Never chose.
Nope. They really want me to take down the Empire for them. So did we get a clear notification for the dwarf faction that we wiped out up here? We didn't, did we? Their turn's about to come around on the wheel here. Maybe I missed one. Maybe they have an army somewhere still. I think we were already past this part of the roster, the part where these dwarves are, by the time I said here they come. Because the secondary group of dwarf nations gets its own little grouping on the turn tracker, and I'm not sure why. The Age of Rage is upon us. Yeah, that's fine.
I am chaos made manifest.
I mean, this is for sure overkill, but that's one of my favorite kinds of kill. Okay, well, I'm not sure how you thought backing up into that position was going to help you.
There is no escape from the Dark Master.
Bellacor's army is so good at replenishing on its own, I don't think I'm going to bother with this.
It serves my plans.
Another double crescent. We've become immune to desert and sandstorm attrition. Ugh, this is not a very good trait.
God Maker. March.
And then from there, we're basically just back over to the portals, right? So they don't have a settlement, but they probably do have an army somewhere keeping them alive.
Yes, my ruinous powers. Never stop.
I kind of wish there was a way to just box select units. Effectively give orders to multiple units at once.
Into darkness.
You dare.
And
To destruction.
it's fine. It's fine. All right, so Talsin also.
Tread the paths of chaos.
Because we did it, right? We burned out the hostile nation. Okay, their response to me moving over here has been limited.
Now they will see true power.
We are in a little bit of a rough shape here. I'm going to take this over for a second.
You dare.
I guess. Yeah, just sitting in here is going to give us, most of us, enough healing to be good as new.
My prayers are answered.
Making good headway.
Ruin on them.
Okay, so... Oh, right. You were waiting for the signal, effectively. We'll come back to that.
Excellent.
There sure is a lot of bookkeeping to do sometimes.
Good. Now we see. I foresee destruction.
All right, there we go.
Now they will see true power.
And 2 more spaces. Well, we probably have enough big monsters But I don't know what else I would want here. There's no regiments of renown in the pool right now. We could take on a couple units of pink horrors, I suppose. Let's give this army a little bit more range to work with.
Let us corrupt.
Yeah, like those are the slots that would have been Skaven had the Skaven, had we had enough allegiance to do that.
No way.
So I am concerned if I brought an army through here, if I brought just one army through here, I do think it would be quite dangerous. If we can bring two at once through, that's a different thing entirely. And I guess we can, right? So let's do something that is perhaps a little bit hyper aggressive, a little bit unsafe.
Forward unto slaughter.
All right. Hopefully we're coming to an end in this particular conflict.
This victory is mine. The crown of domination.
Really? How did you... You're level 38. My units have got to get their shit together. So I don't care so much about the diplomatic relations. None of this stuff is compelling. I guess we'll just get, like, the garbage in the middle that nobody seems to care about.
Shadows clear.
Yeah, okay. This is probably not the most exciting place to leave the camera. I should have put it over at the portal site where we just dropped in 2 fresh armies right outside of Carrot Cadron. The new and updated Carrot Cadron. I'm hoping that those 2 units together will be enough to make the AI not want to attack, at least.
Stay in the shadows.
What is it, Archaon? Sure. Weird. It's weird that you are offering that amount of money for that. So all 4 of these armies are just sprinting for the gate, probably to come through into the middle of the Dwarven area as well. But the 2 armies we sent in initially didn't get annihilated. It turns out the buddy system totally works. Okay. Alright, the Ancestral Throng is well and truly dead.
They cursed me.
Alright.
That they will pay.
I do kind of hate to do this. I think rather than cutting the episode here and dropping on a new piece from a jump cut, I think we're just going to call it here for today. I need to be elsewhere right now. My whole situation feels bad. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, my body's going to be in a whole different state. One more conducive to long-term war making. Let's hope. And we'll see you then.